Something is going on in here. I will show you some interesting things. It's one of the largest skate parks. They got some sort of special event today. She was making it right there at the back of the store and it was amazing. Very famous for their high quality. Isn't this what you want to see in every city? This is the building I wanted to show you. They are building some really cool stuff in here. I don't think that there is a very clean history behind it. We were warned so many times.
Teeth of the Jungle, written to educate.
In Porto Alegre, which is in the state of Rio Grande in Brazil, on the southern part of Brazil, very close to Uruguay. And we're staying in one of those apartments behind these roads, pretty much facing this park. This is an enormous park. I haven't checked, but I think at least 5 to 7 kilometers long next to the river. Quite beautiful. And today is a special day. Apparently there's some sort of event happening. So I'm gonna take you on a tour. I'm by no means a tour guide of Porto Alegre. So yeah, but hopefully we're gonna see some very interesting places. I mean, look at these trees. They're very mystical with all these green things hanging off them. Yeah, something is going on in here. Let's take a closer look. All right, so I managed to find somebody who spoke English and they explained to me what's going on in here. So apparently black people come together and they go for a run. I asked them if I qualify for joining them, but they said no. I guess I'm not dark enough. But yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. So let's check out other parts of this park. So over there, there's a stadium. It's the Internacional Stadium. Oh wow, looks like they blocked the road in here for runners. I've seen this last week as well, so it might be a regular thing. Over here, you can see a lake. Excuse me. It's the end of September 2025 at the time of this recording, and it's allergy season for me. It is torturing. So if you got allergy, pollen allergy, then this is not the time for you to come here. But anyways, I'm gonna battle through it. So you can see, unfortunately, the water is very polluted. You can't go in it. I mean, it's not advisable for you to go in it. There's plenty of other activities to enjoy. They got public toilets as well, but not very inviting. Yeah, so they got a lot of like fields, soccer fields, tennis courts, basketball courts. That's where downtown is. They call it the Centro. I'm gonna go there today, and on the way I will show you some interesting things. You can also hire electric scooters and electric bikes. It's actually quite common to see the locals jumping on one of those. Over here they've got field for sand activities, like sand soccer, beach volleyball. This is the main section of this park. Actually. This is where every evening, every afternoon, there are loads of people. It's really cool. I'll show you as I get closer, the skate park. It's one of the largest skate parks I've ever seen. Some of the teams that I've seen playing soccer, they're actually really good. And these are just, I guess, amateur games. Soccer is a very big sport here in Porto Alegre. I expected a lot more people to play soccer in Brazil, but so far Porto Alegre is the only place where I've seen a ton of people. There's every single day somebody is playing soccer. Basketball is also quite popular, but the most popular sport in this part is potentially the skateboarding. Also, over here there's a crossing. Actually, no, it's a little bit further up there, and yeah, you can get some typical local street food like churrasco, which is Brazilian style barbecue, really delicious, and various other typical Brazilian street food. It's end of September and I'm still walking around with a jumper on. It's quite chilly. If you don't like cold weather, maybe come visit this place in December, January, Feb. Yeah, so you can see this is actually they got some sort of special event today. So that's why they've got all this set up. That's not normal. They've been working on it during this week, but you can see that this skate park is huge. They catered for various levels. Oh, look at all these guys coming with their skateboards. You can see all the scooters lined up, the electric bikes. Actually, why don't I just quickly go over to the other side and I'll show you what I meant by Brazilian street food. You can get beer for sure. Look at that, R$4. Beer is dirt cheap here compared to other parts of the world. But it's way too cold for me to drink beer. Yeah, so you can see, they're selling juices and sugar cane juices. This is the churrasco that I was talking about. I haven't tried this one yet, this particular place, and they got sandwich shops and of course you cannot exist in Brazil without açaí. And then look at those sweets. Haven't tried those. They're probably not sugar-free. Now pastel, that's also a very popular typical Brazilian food, and of course the hot dog. There's a lot of hot dog places. Yeah, I had the best pasta here in Porto Alegre. We just bought it from a tiny little grocery store, and the old woman, yeah, she was making it right there at the back of the store, and it was amazing. She even put a whole egg in it. And you can see that they also have these little bars set up next to the skate park. I'll show you the big bowl. I'm not a skater. I think I would break my leg within 30 seconds if I stood on one of those boards. But it always fascinated me, and I totally understand why people are so into the skateboarding. You know, when you come to a place like this, you go into the big bowl, and basically the momentum is just carrying you. You can go for as long as your energy allows. Now this is actually not the biggest bowl. Well, it is probably the biggest, but this is the deepest over here. This one is probably like 2.5 meters deep in here. You can see the water in the background. It's quite murky. If you like sunsets, the sun is going down that way. That's quite pleasant. Sometimes we're blessed with beautiful sunsets. This thing, I have no idea what it is. Could be a water tank or something, I don't know. Yeah, so this park is really inviting people to come out here and go for a run, do some sport, be active. Now this is the ugly side of Porto Alegre. We've seen a fair bit of rubbish everywhere. Now look at this. Could be such an awesome spot, and the water is polluted, dirty, and there is rubbish everywhere. That's very disappointing. This is the football federation of this region. I think the Gauchos are the cowboys of this region. So this is the Pampas region, very famous for their high quality beef. Look at this. Isn't this what you want to see in every city? Now, I also wanted to show you that mural over there. All right, so this is the building I wanted to show you as the first stop. You can look at some videos on YouTube and various other social media platforms. Some brave guys skated down on the side of that building. I think it's like 400 feet. So yeah, it's pretty high. This is where they had the festival last weekend. I have another video about that. And now they're disassembling all those amazing buildings. I don't really understand why they would need to do that. It was such a beautiful setting. Why couldn't they just keep utilizing it? I don't know what's going to happen to all this beautiful timber. They had to cut down a couple of forests just to set this up for 1 week, and then I don't know. I really hope that they're going to repurpose all this timber. Just a little bit more walk towards Central. There's another section where people are hanging out. This place is called the Camino da Orla. Orla means shore, so this is the shore walk. That's what it stands for. So you can see that, you know, even over here they've got this awesome deck. I wonder if they're gonna finish it anytime soon, because it's been there for some time. So you can see that they are building some really cool stuff in here. Now that's the stadium I pointed out earlier. Can you see that little nest up there? I always wanted to have a closer look, so let me try. I think they're building barbecue places in here. I have seen it at the other end of this park, because I'm now close to to Central, but I've seen it at the stadium, which is the other end of this park, that they had a lot of communal barbecue places. I would assume that you can use it like in Australia. Anyone can use it without paying or reserving. You just take your timber and there you go. So yeah, no, this place, I can see where it's going. This is gonna be really awesome once it's all done and cleaned up. Because at the moment, a lot of sections looks like they're incomplete. So this is a very prominent building in here, very historical. As usual, I don't know the story behind it. It was constructed in 1926 to 1927. Considering the size of it and considering when it was constructed, I don't think that there is a very clean history behind it. And I'm referring to slavery if you don't know history. There's a 360 restaurant. Oh, for 25 real you can go on a boat. That's cool. I don't know where it takes you though. Oh, that's the party boat. So this is the end of this river walk, the central side of this very big park. So if you're in Porto Alegre, you definitely have to go for this walk. It's really, really beautiful. I think it took me about an hour to get here. Now I'm gonna head in that direction. I think that's where the city is. Now, one thing also worth knowing about Porto Alegre is that we were warned so many times that it's a very dangerous city. And yes, you cannot ignore those warnings by the locals, but so far we haven't had any issues whatsoever. Maybe the area where we are is safe. Of course, as I go into the city, I have to be very vigilant.
Physical strength fades, knowledge compounds. Teeth of the Jungle, written to educate.